We're gonna fade over here. Hello, just grab a couple of things like tissue, maybe a weapon even. Guys, here's the thing. I had tissue with me last time. When this was when the thing happened, like the big thing happened. And I had tissues with me, but I didn't have to use them because the thing is when you're live and you're being perceived, you can't really cry. I avoided reading the chapter. I was scared. Well, now you got to listen to it. I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for this chapter yet, but oh well. Why is reading fic so scary? Reading fic so scary all the time. Reading fic so scary all the time. I'm scared. I'm not scared because I don't know what happens. And when you don't know what happens, then you can't be scared. That's not true. That was such bad logic. Anyway, I'm gonna put this over here. Damn. But I can share screen on YouTube, which is nice. Sharing screen was something that I wanted to like do for these streams, but obviously I can't do that on TikTok, which is annoying. Hi, Violet. It's okay. We're all monologuing to no one together. Yeah. We're just hanging out, but we're gonna start. We have 15 people in the room with us right now, which is coolio. Let's see if Toss shows up this time as well. Did everyone see the last TikTok? If you were here last stream, you know what happened. And I'm just wondering to myself, can we ever top that stream? Because that stream was crazy. You're not late. I haven't started yet. Yeah, I read it at school. My table neighbor asked me if something bad happened. That's so real. That is so real. Yeah, I'm gonna check out no new tags, which Toss doesn't add new tags, but like, whatever. The chapter is called Symptoms of Change. That stream was peak, besides the chair being beaten up. The chair is fine. The chair is fine, guys. This chapter is called Symptoms of Change. Summary, Rumi and Zoe take care of her, but Mira starts to develop some changes that were already there, question mark. I have no idea what that means. That is so unclear. That's so ambiguous. Hi, Danny. And trigger warning for panic attack / small act of violence, IDK. Okay. Grabbing my emotional support capybara. You will understand soon. Okay. I guess the only thing I can do is jump into it. I'm gonna minimize myself here because I don't want to see myself. Okay. I'm gonna start. Water. Oh no. The doctor said you're not supposed to move around much with those new stitches or they could pop, Rumi muttered, tapping her pencil against the clipboard like she was conducting a very serious meeting. She glanced up, expression solemn. If you need to get up to use the bathroom, you will call one of us first. Bathroom breaks are every hour on the hour. Tap, tap. Meals will be delivered to you by your personal chefs, also us. Movement allowance is 5 minutes per day. Is that understood? They're so cute. Mira blinked at her, unimpressed. Is this boot camp? No, silly, Rumi said, not even looking up. It's us taking care of you, camp. Zoe bounced on her heels beside her, leaning in to peek at the clipboard. Ooh, I'm calling dibs on helping her shower. Mira made a face. Absolutely not. Rumi frowned, flicking through her schedule like she was looking at a very busy patient chart. No, I already slotted that for me today. You can have tomorrow. Zoe's jaw dropped. You, what? That's favoritism. No, Rumi said cheerfully. That's time management. Zoe groaned like she'd just been denied a dream role. Fine, I'll let you have her this time. Thank you, Rumi said, grinning ear to ear as she leaned in to kiss Zoe's cheek. I love you. Zoe giggled and hugged her closer, squeezing until Rumi squeaked. Mira tried to ignore the ridiculous display, pushing herself up on her elbows and swinging her legs toward the floor. Okay, great. Have fun with your little calendar, but I'm showering myself. Before her feet could touch the floor, both Zoe and Rumi moved in perfect, terrifying sync. Zoe planted her palm firmly on Mira's shoulder, while Rumi pushed at her legs, forcing her flat on the bed again. Ow! Mira yelped, wincing. Careful! Stitches, remember? I'm fragile. Zoe huffed, crossing her arms. Then act like it. You can't make me. Oh, Rumi said, a dangerous sparkle in her eye. But we can. Before Mira could process the threat, something warm and heavy landed right across her stomach with a soft whoop. Mira's eyes flicked down. You didn't. Nimbus blinked up at her from where he'd sprawled across her midsection, tail flicking lazily. Indeed, Zoe smirked, backing toward the door. The kitty hold. And he stays like that for hours, Rumi called over her shoulder as the two of them disappeared down the hall. Hey, get back here! Mira tried to sit up, but Nimbus responded by going boneless and heavier somehow, his purr rumbling through her ribs. Buddy, she said, voice dropping into bargaining mode. Listen, you and me, we're cool, but if you just slide over a little... Nimbus yawned in her face, tucked his head into her shirt, and promptly made himself more comfortable. Mira let her head fall back against the pillows with a dramatic groan. Traitor. She stared at the ceiling, arms awkwardly pinned to her sides like she'd been nailed there. Nimbus's weight pressed warm and steady against her chest, his body curled into the perfect loaf. The absurd part? She knew the rule. Everyone knew the rule. Once a cat had chosen you, you didn't move. Not until they did. Which meant she was stuck here. For minutes, maybe hours. She let out a soft breath through her nose. Guess I'm doomed, she muttered, though her voice was more fond than annoyed. Nimbus purred louder, a low, steady hum that rattled against her ribs. Mira could feel it in her bones, vibrating through the place where her stitches pulled as if she shifted even a little too much. If she let her head fall back into the pillow, eyes fluttering shut. Oh, sorry. She let her head fall back into the pillow, eyes fluttering shut. Guys, sometimes I just add words. Don't mind me. Purring was supposed to be healing, right? She swore she'd seen some post about that once. Something about vibrations knitting bone back together, soothing the nervous system. Mira huffed at the thought, lips quirking despite herself. Maybe Nimbus was trying to do his part. The kitchen clattered to life in the distance, pots and pans moving, the squeak of the faucet turning on. Then Zoe's laughter filtered through the walls, muffled but bright, the kind of sound that could fill a whole house. Mira rolled her eyes even as a small warmth tugged at her chest. Of course Zoe was laughing. She was always laughing at something. Still, Mira shifted a little under the cat, trying to ease the dull pressure at her side. The skin around her stitches prickled with discomfort, like a reminder she couldn't ignore. Not pain, exactly, just that off-kilter awareness that her body wasn't the same as it used to be. Not yet. She wanted to get up, to move around, to cook or clean or do something, anything to chase away the antsiness crawling beneath her skin. Laying still made her feel trapped, too aware of her own heartbeat, too aware of the silence pressing in between the muffled bursts of laughter from the kitchen. Mira exhaled through her teeth, jaw tightening. She didn't like this feeling. Weakness. Waiting on other people to bring her food, to tell her what she could and couldn't do. Normally, if she was restless, she'd ground herself with a knife in her hand, the sure rhythm of chopping, slicing, seasoning until the kitchen filled with something warm and familiar. Now, all she had was the steady weight of a loaf-shaped cat holding her hostage. Her fingers twitched against the blanket. She frowned at the ceiling, the unease sitting heavier now. Nimbus purred on, oblivious. Mira shut her eyes, willing herself to relax, but her chest still felt too tight. Chapter break. Checking the chat real quick. Yeah, I'd go insane if I was trapped on the bed. Cats can understand your distress, so they purr and whatnot to calm you. That's so sweet. Aww. Getting load locked is a serious thing. Yeah. Oh, but it's a little cat. I would love to get load locked by a little cat. That's just cute, bro. But I understand. What's it say next? Zoe asked with a grin, bouncing on her heels like she was the sous chef waiting for instructions. Rumi leaned against the counter, phone in one hand, scrolling with her thumb. Now you season the spinach with sesame oil, salt, and garlic. Seasoning? Got it. She grabbed the tiny bowl with both hands like it was some sacred task. Rumi hummed softly, then reached over to guide Zoe's hand when she sprinkled a little too heavily. Their fingers brushed, lingering a beat longer than necessary. Careful, Rumi murmured softly, adjusting the angle of Zoe's wrist. Not too much. Zoe tilted her head, grin softening. You always say that. Because you always put too much. Rumi's voice was teasing, but there was warmth there too, her lips twitching like she was holding back a smile. Zoe leaned in close, whispering like it was a secret. Maybe I just like you bossing me around. Rumi froze for half a second, ears warming, before quickly turning back to the pan. You're ridiculous, she muttered, but the corner of her mouth curved up. They fell into an easy rhythm, Zoe chopping, Rumi stirring, the two of them weaving around each other in the narrow kitchen like they'd been doing this for years. Shoulders bumped, elbows brushed, a quick hum of comfort settling between them. At one point, Zoe reached up absent-mindedly to tuck a stray strand of hair behind Rumi's ear before she even realized what she was doing. Rumi's breath caught, eyes flicking up, but she didn't move away. She just smiled, small and real, before nudging Zoe lightly with her hip. Focus, Mira's waiting. Zoe rolled her eyes, but her grin didn't fade. Fine, but only because it's for Mira. By the time they finished, the counter was crowded with little bowls of perfectly prepped toppings. Zoe clapped her hands together. Okay, moment of truth. Rumi carefully slid the bibimbap into a bowl, arranging the colors with quiet precision. Greens, oranges, yellows, all fanning out around the rice like a little work of art. Zoe leaned over her shoulder, chin nearly bumping against her cheek. Wow, Zoe whispered. Mira's gonna think we're like Michelin-starred chefs. Rumi laughed softly. She's going to roll her eyes and pretend not to be impressed. Yeah, but she'll eat every bite. Zoe grabbed 2 spoons from the drawer and wiggled her brows. Quality check? Rumi hesitated, then nodded. They both leaned in at the same time, scooping a bite from opposite sides of the bowl. Rumi blew on hers carefully, while Zoe nearly burned her tongue. The second the flavors hit, Zoe's eyes went wide. Oh my God! Rumi chewed slowly, expression shifting into something almost proud. This is actually really good. Zoe smacked the counter with her palm. Not just good, amazing, legendary. Did we just accidentally become cooking gods? Rumi shook her head, laughing under her breath. But then Zoe was already digging her spoon back in, and she followed without thinking. I saw the sneak peek. I remember now. Before long, the two of them were perched at the counter, eating straight from the bowl in comfortable silence. Zoe's foot tapped against Rumi's under the table, neither moving away. For a few minutes, it felt like time stretched out soft and warm, just the clink of spoons and their muffled hums of approval. Then Zoe froze, mid-bite, spoon halfway to her mouth. Wait. Rumi blinked at her. What? Zoe slowly set her spoon down, eyes widening with dawning horror. This was Mira's. The whole bowl. The realization hit them at the same time. They glanced down at the bowl, already scraped halfway clean. Rumi's lips parted, then closed again, guilty amusement flickering across her face. We didn't make extra. Zoe groaned, dragging both hands down her face. We are the worst caretakers in the world. For a moment, they just sat there, staring at the nearly empty bowl. Then Zoe sighed dramatically. Guess that means round 2. Rumi picked up the spoon again, smirking. After one more bite. Zoe gasped, swatting her arm. Rumi! After making another batch, they finally had a tray balanced with Mira's bibimbap, her favorite tea steaming in a small mug, and a few slices of fruit on the side. It looked thoughtful, like something Mira deserved. Zoe glanced at Rumi as they stood outside Mira's door. We haven't heard a peep out of her since earlier. You think she, snuck out or something? Rumi raised an eyebrow. Snuck out? With the stitches? Okay, fair, Zoe muttered, shifting the tray in her hands. Still, something about the silence nagged at her. Mira was usually so steady. Even sick or hurting, she liked to control the atmosphere. This quiet felt heavy. Zoe knocked lightly. Mira? There was no reply, only the faintest grunt. Not exactly reassuring. She looked at Rumi, who shrugged, and together they pushed open the door. The sight that greeted them made Zoe blink. There was Mira, sprawled on the bed with Nimbus curled loyally at her side, wearing Zoe's VR headset. Her arms jerked clumsily in the air, fumbling with the controllers. Shit, it's burning, Mira muttered to herself, stiff and awkward in her movements. Zoe snorted softly. Oh my god, she's playing Clash of Chef. Rumi tilted her head, visibly confused but faintly amused. Well, that's one way she could cook without straining herself. Zoe's chest warmed at that. It was so painfully Mira to be injured and still trying to cook, even if it was virtual. Still trying to feel useful. Zoe set the tray carefully on the nightstand before leaning over and tapping Mira's shoulder. Hey! Mira startled, jerking the headset off. Her eyes squinted against the real light, and her voice was a little rough. Oh, hey. Zoe forced a grin. Your personal chefs have arrived. She exaggeratedly flourished the tray, placing it gently across Mira's lap. Rumi helped her sit up against the headboard, stacking pillows behind her until she looked semi-comfortable. Mira blinked down at the tray, then up at them. Zoe felt her pulse jump under the weight of Mira's stare. We made you bibimbap, Zoe said quickly, her voice softening at the edges. She rubbed her fingers together nervously, suddenly aware of how much she wanted Mira to like it. Yeah. Rumi perked up, smiling like she wanted to ease the tension. Yes, but full disclosure, it almost didn't make it here. Zoe ate your first bowl. Zoe whipped her head toward her. What? Don't pin it on me. You were eating it too. Nuh-uh. Yeah. Nuh-uh. Zoe pointed an accusatory finger, heat rising in her cheeks. Yeah, huh, you biggie. You were shoveling it in like a vacuum cleaner. Rumi gasped, genuinely affronted. Don't call me Biggie when you were practically scoffing it down. Zoe opened her mouth, ready to retort with something devastatingly clever when she heard it. A sound that didn't fit. A soft, broken sniffle. Her heart lurched. She turned, and there was Mira, eyes glossy, lower lip trembling, trying and failing to keep it together. Zoe froze. Crying? She's crying? You made this for me? Mira croaked, pointing weakly at the tray. Zoe's chest tightened all at once, like someone had reached in and squeezed. She swallowed hard and nodded, trying to keep her smile steady. Yeah, just for you. And then Mira cracked. Tears slipped down her cheeks, her shoulders shaking. It wasn't the sharp kind of crying Zoe was used to seeing in people. It was quiet, shattering, like a dam had given way inside her. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. Mira stammered between sobs, pressing a hand to her face like she could stop it. It's just, I love you guys so much. Her voice broke so much. Zoe blinked rapidly, panic fluttering in her chest. Mira never cried like this. Not Mira. To see her unravel like this, because of them, it was almost too much. Literally, my Shayla! Hey, it's okay. Zoe reached out without thinking, rubbing Mira's shoulder in small circles, squeezing like she could anchor her. Her own throat ached. We love you too. You hear me? Now stop crying before you make me cry. But the truth was, she already felt her eyes sting. She hated seeing Mira like this, hated how small and fragile she looked, clutching at her own knees under the blanket, like she had nothing else to hold on to. Rumi, quiet for once, reached over and brushed Mira's hair from her damp cheeks. Her voice was gentle. Come on, let's feed you. Zoe stayed close as Rumi lifted the chopsticks, scooping a bite and holding it out. Mira didn't resist. She just opened her mouth and let them take care of her, tears still slipping silently down her cheeks. Zoe pressed a kiss against Mira's temple, her thumb brushing at the wet tracks of her skin. How is it, baby? The endearment slipped out before she could stop it. Mira chewed slowly, sniffling, and finally nodded. Tastes a little funny, she admitted in a small voice. But it's good. Thank you. More tears spilled, soft and endless, and Zoe let out a small, pained groan. She wrapped her arms around Mira's head, pulling her close against her chest. My precious, Zoe whispered fiercely, holding her tighter. I hate seeing you cry. And she meant it, every trembling syllable. Thank you for cooking something up for me. I love you guys. Mira sniffed, opening her mouth as Rumi fed her another bite. Rumi smiled softly, brushing a strand of Mira's hair behind her ear. We'll take care of you until you're back on your feet. Don't worry about anything, okay? Zoe felt her chest squeeze at that. God, Rumi always knew exactly what to say. Gentle and grounding, like she'd been born to be the calm one. Meanwhile, Zoe's own brain was just buzzing. She pressed a kiss to Mira's head anyway, murmuring, I love you too, Mir. Now eat up so you can get healthy enough to cook again for us. Rumi shot her a look over Mira's head. Of course you're thinking about food. Zoe's jaw dropped. Hey, that's not what I meant. Mira likes cooking for us. It makes her happy. I'm not saying that because I'm hungry. Rumi arched a brow like she didn't believe a word of it. Sure. Zoe leaned in dangerously close, lowering her voice like it was a threat. I'm going to pinch you. Rumi frowned immediately. Your pinches hurt. Don't. Zoe grinned. Then you better behave. You're the one who's not behaving. Before Zoe could snap back, Mira groaned, holding her tea like she was exhausted. She was the exhausted mom of 2 toddlers. Stop fighting. You're both dorks. That only made Zoe and Rumi glance at each other and then start giggling. She started it, Zoe muttered, not even bothering to hide her smirk. Rumi rolled her eyes fondly, then turned back to Mira. When did you first start cooking, Mira? Mira blinked at the question, clearly caught off guard. She looked down at her bowl, lips twitching like she was half embarrassed by the memory. When I was 12, I'm pretty sure. Zoe leaned her chin on her hand, studying Mira's face. Go on. Mira hummed softly, letting herself slip into the memory. My parents were always busy. They never had time to cook, so they hired a personal chef, Sydney. She was nice, patient. She made the best meals. Mira's voice softened, her gaze going a little unfocused. I used to watch her all the time. She noticed eventually, and one day she asked if I wanted to help. She taught me how to hold a knife properly, how to dice onions without crying, little tricks like that. Zoe quirked a brow, nudging her with a grin. So what I'm hearing is you had a crush. LMFAO. Mira snorted, shaking her head, but her cheeks were just a little pink. Maybe. I don't know. She was just really cool. Zoe felt something warm tug at her chest. Mira glanced down at her hands, turning them over, her fingers tracing the faint old scars across her knuckles. I'd sneak into the kitchen at night after she left, watched all the links she gave me. I'd try every recipe I could find, even if it meant cutting myself up by accident. Her mouth curved into a small, almost guilty smile. I'd come out with more bandages than I started with. Zoe reached out and caught one of her hands before she could tuck it away again. She squeezed, gentle but firm, rubbing her thumb over the lines of her palm. And now you're basically a master chef. Worth it, huh? Mira gave a small laugh, shoulders sinking against the pillows. It was an outlet for me, something to focus on when things got heavy, a stress relief. There was a beat of quiet, heavy in a way Zoe couldn't put words to. And then Mira ruined it, because of course she did. I know this part! I know this part! Oh, great, of course. Mirror voice, mirror voice, mirror voice. How do I deliver this? Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop. Guys. Toss always writes like the craziest sentence and then like I have to read them because I make myself. I can't stop laughing! Okay. To anyone who doesn't know what sentence is coming up, I am very sorry. I'm trying to gather myself. I can't say it. I'm going to start laughing. Okay. I'm going to give you all the craziest head when I get better. Well, I got that out of me at least. Okay, Zoe and Rumi froze. What? They said at the exact same time. Mira blinked, chewing slowly, then frowned. Meal. I meant meal. Oh! Zoe blinked back. Thought you said something else. Yeah, Rumi muttered, still staring like she was trying to decide if she'd really heard that. Did I? Mira scrunched her nose. I don't know. I'm tired. Zoe smirked, leaning in to whisper dramatically. No one's stopping you from... Before she could finish, Rumi pinched her side hard. Zoe yelped, jerking back. Ow! Betrayal! You traitor! No straining Mira, Rumi deadpanned. Zoe sniffled dramatically, holding her side. Never thought my own girlfriend would clam jam me. Rumi rolled her eyes, but Zoe swore she saw the tiniest smile tugging at her lips. Mira only shook her head, muttering something about idiots under her breath, but Zoe could see the soft curve of her mouth too. They let Mira eat a little more. Well, Rumi fed her while Zoe stole a grape from the fruit bowl and got swatted at for it. And by the time the bibimbap was gone and the tea was cold, Zoe realized Mira's shoulders had finally relaxed, her eyelids heavy. Finished, Mimi? That's so cute. Zoe teased, tugging slightly at Mira's cheek with her fingers. Mira let out a puff of air in response, eyes sliding away. I don't know who you're referring to, but I am. Zoe giggled, nudging Rumi with her shoulder. She loves it when I call her that. No, I don't. Don't listen to her, Rumi. Mira deadpanned, rolling her eyes. Right. Zoe chuckled, while Rumi absently stroked Nimbus, who purred louder, pleased at the attention. Take the tray back. I want more fruit, Mira muttered, only to catch herself, her tone softening a beat later. Please. Rumi smiled, unbothered. Of course. Zoe watched as Mira lifted the tray toward them. Her gaze caught on the knife left beside the empty fruit bowl, and she clicked her tongue. Rooms, you forgot to put the knife in the sink. Rumi blinked, caught off guard. Oh. Zoe shook her head with a fond sigh and plucked the knife off the tray, and then... Whoa. And then suddenly everything clattered. The sound was deafening. Wait, what? What is happening? The tray jerked in Mira's hands, flipping sideways so fast the empty bowl and cup went flying. Zoe managed to move out of the way in time as they hit the floor with a sharp shatter that made her heart leap into her throat. Nimbus bolted, tail puffed out. She slapped a hand against her chest, breath caught. Holy... But when she looked over at Mira, the words died. What the fuck? Did they fucking stab Mira again? They better not have. Okay. Mira's eyes were blown wide, pupils darting, lips parted like she couldn't quite catch air. It wasn't just surprise. It was like her whole body was braced for something else, something worse. The tray trembled faintly in her grip, her knuckles white around the edges. Mira? Zoe's voice came out softer than expected. Mira blinked like she was just realizing the mess. Her voice cracked. Sorry, I don't know. She cut herself off, staring at her hands like they weren't her own. Zoe's gaze dropped to Mira's hands. They were trembling, faint but unmistakable. Like every nerve in her body had short-circuited. She couldn't stop it. Her knuckles went pale around the sheets, the tendons twitching like she was holding on to something invisible. Mir? Rumi whispered, touching her arm gently. Mira flinched at the contact, shoulders jerking. Her eyes darted to Rumi's hand, almost defensive, before her body softened, barely, under the warmth. She drew in a shaky breath and let Rumi thread cautious fingers through her hair. Zoe's stomach twisted. She wanted to say something, to ask, to push, but the fragile look on Mira's face stopped her cold. Mira wasn't ready. Zoe swallowed hard, forcing her voice steady. I'll get the broom. And she slipped away. Her eyes lingered a second longer than she meant them to, watching as Mira leaned, tense and trembling, into Rumi's touch. Her lips parted like she wanted to say something but couldn't get the words out. Zoe's heart ached. She told herself it wasn't just stress, just exhaustion. No, she told herself it was just stress, just exhaustion. But the image of Mira's shaking hands burned into her mind, sharper than any broken glass. Mira. Aww. Oh, girl, you don't have to feel responsible for everything. If there's ever a poll again, I'm suing Toss. Mira PTSD arc. When I love her. Don't trust Toss's polls ever again. Guys, are y'all talking about the new poll or another poll? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I think the chat is trying to spoil me, so I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay. Cool. After that night, Mira was different. Quiet. Not her usual kind of quiet, where she'd throw in a dry remark or roll her eyes at Zoe's antics. This quiet felt hollow, like she was somewhere else entirely. Her body here, but her mind half adrift. I'm actually gonna do something real quick. Oh. Cool. I'm gonna try something. Okay, that's happening. Rumi recognized it all too well. Mira? She murmured gently. They were in the bathroom again, steam still clinging faintly to the mirror after their shower. It was Rumi's day to help her, and she was easing Mira into clothes. She held the soft shirt open, waiting. I asked if you could lower your head, Rumi prompted after a beat. Mira blinked, her gaze snapping down like she'd just been pulled out of a fog. Huh? The shirt? Rumi said softly, lifting it again. Oh, yeah, sure. Mira dipped her head at last, letting Rumi guide the fabric down and slide her arms through. Her movements felt a little delayed, like she was running on half a second's lag. Okay, sit. Rumi tapped lightly at her hip and guided her down to the closed toilet lid. Lift your shirt for me, please. Sorry. Mira obeyed without protest, pushing the fabric up. Her expression was unreadable, eyes a little far away, though when they finally met Rumi's, they softened faintly. Rumi went to the sink for the ointment, unscrewing the cap with careful fingers. When she came back and lowered onto her knees, she had to force herself to look directly at the line of stitches snaking across Mira's left side. The angry seam ran from rib to stomach, the skin around it pink and raw, a faint irritation around the edges where the fabric must have rubbed. Her stomach twisted. Every time she looked at it, she felt that same guilt stir like bile. She always tried not to stare too long. It felt like she didn't have the right. Still, she scooped the prescribed ointment onto her fingertips and glanced up, only to find Mira already watching her. Shirt still lifted, gaze steady, though there was something fragile in the way her lips pressed together. Rumi's face must have given her away, because Mira shifted, voice low. If it's too much, you could get Zoe to do it. She glanced down at the scar, a flicker of distaste crossing her face. I know it's not very pleasant to look at, and yeah. She trailed off, voice thinning like the thought was pulling her under again. Rumi shook her head quickly, almost too quickly. No, it isn't that. I'm just... She swallowed, her throat tight. I'm sorry. Mira blinked at her, brow faintly furrowing. It's not your fault. Rumi's chest squeezed. She bit her lip hard. But if I hadn't run... Before she could finish, Mira's hands were suddenly on her face, warm palms pressing firmly against her cheeks. The contact startled Rumi enough to freeze. Rumi? Mira's voice was soft but firm, pulling her back. Her thumbs brushed against her skin, steadying her. It's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. You didn't know this was going to happen. You didn't have some kind of... She huffed, searching for the words. Superpower where you can see into the future and stop things before they happen. Her fingers squished Rumi's cheeks tighter, grounding her. Mira's eyes, still tired and shadowed, softened away. Okay? Rumi made a muffled sound in her hands, but nodded. That earned her the faintest curve of Mira's lips, a small, tired smile that still reached her eyes. Good. Rumi leaned up slowly, giving Mira just enough time to pull away if she wanted, and pressed a feather-light kiss against her lips, the kind of kiss that wasn't rushed or desperate, just steady and careful, like she was trying to say, You're safe, I'm here, without words. I love you, she whispered against Mira's mouth, her breath warm. Mira smiled faintly into the kiss, her lips curving against Rumi's. I love you too. The simple words made Rumi's chest ache in the best way, but she forced herself to pull back and focus. Her hand trembled just slightly as she dipped her fingers into the ointment and began smoothing it gently across Mira's stitches. The skin was still tender, and Mira tensed, sucking in a sharp breath. Sorry, Rumi murmured quickly, trying to lighten her touch, as if her apology alone could erase the sting. She kept her movements slow, delicate, spreading the ointment with almost reverent care. Mira exhaled shakily through her nose, jaw tightening, but she didn't complain. After a minute, Rumi sat back, wiping her hand on a tissue. She brushed her thumb gently over the side of Mira's waist, lingering there like she didn't want to lose contact. All done. Mira let out a soft huff, shoulders dropping as the tension slowly drained from her body. Rumi's hand stayed on her, rubbing light circles against her side like she was grounding her. You okay? Rumi asked softly, searching Mira's face. Mira blinked up from watching Rumi's hand move. Yeah, why? You just look more tired and a little more out of it. Rumi hesitated, then lowered her voice, careful not to push too hard. Does it have to do with... She felt Mira stiffen beneath her touch, just for a moment before Mira gave a tiny nod and exhaled through her nose. Rumi's chest tightened. Still having nightmares? She asked, barely above a whisper. This time Mira nodded slower, eyes going glassy, her lashes trembling like she was holding something back. The sight made Rumi's heart ache. She tilted Mira's face up with her free hand, thumb brushing her cheek, and pressed a lingering kiss to her forehead. Oh, Jagia, she murmured against her skin, leaving her lips there like a promise. Oh, her PTSD. Oh my god. She pulled back only when she felt Mira's breath hitch and froze at the expression staring back at her. Mira's eyes were wide, shimmering with tears, her mouth parting like Rumi had just said something impossible. What's wrong? Rumi asked quickly, panic flickering across her features. Did I hurt you? Did I... Mira shook her head, voice breaking as she sniffled. What did you just say? Rumi blinked, thrown off. What's wrong? No, before that. Mira's voice cracked again, a single tear slipping down her cheeks. Rumi replayed the last few seconds in her head before realizing. Her cheeks warmed and she ducked her head slightly. Oh, I said Jagia. Her voice came out softer, almost shy. Mira let out a shaky laugh through her tears, wiping at her face. That means so much to me. Rumi blinked, startled, but then a small smile tugged at her lips. That's the first term of endearment you've ever used with me. Mira clarified, still sniffling. Oh. Her eyes glistened as she looked at Rumi like she'd been waiting forever to hear it. Wait, really? Rumi asked, a little dumbfounded. Mira nodded, a watery smile tugging at her lips. Rumi laughed softly, shaking her head. Okay, then I'll make sure to say it more often. She cupped Mira's cheek in both hands, leaning forward to press soft, fluttering kisses across her face, one to her temple, another along her jaw. She whispered between them, her words tender. Sweetheart, a kiss at the corner of her mouth. Darling, a kiss along her nose. My love. Mira's breath caught, a quiet sound breaking in her throat as she grabbed Rumi suddenly, pulling her close. Her arms wrapped tight around her, as if letting go wasn't an option. Rumi sank into the embrace without hesitation, burying her face against Mira's shoulder, holding her just as tightly back. Their breaths tangled together, Mira trembling faintly in her arms. For the first time in days, Mira let herself cry openly into Rumi's neck, and Rumi only held her closer, whispering endearments against her skin like she'd never run out of them. Sweetness overload. Oh my god, I love them. Oh my god. Guys, I keep seeing the oranges. Wah, 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 wah. The tension, the drama, the comfort, the feelings. Toss just like my comment of them all getting tied and getting crushed in the car. Oh shit. Sorry, I just went offline. Jagia, where? Ari, oh my god, sorry, Aidlin reminded me. Oh my god, I wish I could show the picture. So, oh my god, that's our mascot. Wait. Let me find the picture if I can find it over. But I can't enter. No, I can't see the fuck it. I hate TikTok. Anyway, shout out to Lele. Shout out to Lele the turtle. Love you. Love you, Lele the turtle. We have a mascot. And her name is Lele. Okay. Wahahaha, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. It's so hot in here. I would just dump this over me if I wasn't live right now. What do you call two dudes that love math? Zoe whispered. Sorry, that was supposed to be whispered. That we're gonna do that again. What do you call two dudes that love math? Zoe whispered into the dim quiet, her voice pitched like she was sharing a secret. Rumi's lips twitched, though her eyes were still on the video looping on Zoe's phone. She'd been listening to Zoe snicker over it the past 20 minutes. I don't know, she murmured, her voice low and warm. What? Zoe leaned in closer, her breath brushing the shell of Rumi's ear as she tried to stifle her laughter. Algebros. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll give it to her. Rumi blinked at her, the silence hanging for a beat before a tiny laugh slipped out. It was soft, almost reluctant, but it made Zoe's chest warm. That's funny, Rumi asked, tilting her head. Zoe shook her head quickly, grinning. No, it's funny because it's not funny. Her giggles bubbled up again, muffled against Rumi's shoulder. Rumi sighed, though the corners of her mouth betrayed her. You're ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Zoe grinned even wider and tucked herself closer, curling against Rumi's side like she was trying to fuse into her. She buried her face against her neck, sighing in satisfaction like she'd just discovered the most comfortable pillow in the universe. And then, cold. Zoe squeaked, jerking when Rumi's freezing hands slipped under her shirt to rest on her stomach. Rumi? Why are you like this? Rumi, why are you like this? She hissed, shivering dramatically. A quiet chuckle rumbled in Rumi's chest. Sorry, she murmured, though her fingers stayed pressed against Zoe's stomach. Wake up! Against Zoe's stomach, spreading warmth into her skin. You and Mira are just so warm. It's nice. Zoe huffed dramatically, but she didn't shove her hands away. Instead, she tilted her head slightly, eyes flicking toward Mira. On the other side of the bed, Mira lay stretched on her back, hair spilling loose over the pillow, her breathing even and steady. Her chest tightened a little. Cuddling had been completely off limits since Stitch's incident. She hadn't meant to hurt her. She hadn't even realized she was pressing too hard until Mira's cry of pain snapped her awake. She never wanted to hear that sound again. It felt like punishment, honestly. Like Mira had quietly put her on cuddle probation. She knew it was for Mira's sake, but still, she missed her. So instead, Zoe just clung tighter to Rumi, selfish in her relief. Perks of having two girlfriends she didn't have to go without. Her voice softened. Rumi? Rumi shifted slightly to glance down. Hi, Zoe muttered into her neck, voice small and silly. Rumi rolled her eyes, but the fondness in her expression gave her away. Hi, Zoe. What you doing? Cuddling with my girlfriend right now. Rumi hummed the words like a lullaby, her hand sliding up into Zoe's hair and scratching lightly at her scalp. Zoe melted all at once. Sounds fun. She giggled into Rumi's shoulder, the sound feather-light. Definitely is. Rumi smirked, running her fingers lazily through Zoe's hair. Her voice was so calm, so even, it made Zoe melt. The smile that passed between them was lazy and full, and then Rumi leaned down to press a soft kiss against Zoe's lips. Zoe sighed as she kissed back, her whole body going loose. She leaned forward for another, then another, greedy in her affection. She loved kissing Rumi. It was so easy, so grounding. like slipping into warm water. Rumi kissed with patience, never rushing, always giving Zoe room to come back for more. Each kiss left Zoe with the faint taste of peppermint tea and the ghost of Rumi's breath against her skin. Zoe's brain fizzed with the thought, making her greedy. She leaned in for one more, then another, then one that lingered long enough to make her heart skip. Damn. Damn. Rumi pulled back, guys, singles club. Hashtag singles nation. If I leave now, then the angst technically never happened. That is true. That is true. Yeah, Rumi pulled back, brushing a soft kiss to Zoe's nose. Now go to sleep. Zoe made a face. Rude. Denying me more kisses? That's like cruel and unusual punishment. Rumi laughed quietly, low in her chest, then tucked the blanket higher over Zoe's shoulders. Sleep. Zoe huffed dramatically, but curled into her anyway. Fine. Good night, Rue. Good night. Ooh. Sorry. She breathed in slowly, catching that faint faint lavender scent that always clung to Rumi's skin and hair. It was calming in a way Zoe couldn't explain, like her body just knew she was safe here, like maybe she could fall asleep, even with her mind buzzing the way it always did. Oh, her grip loosened just slightly, not because she wanted to let go, but because her body was already beginning to sink. She was still awake, still in her head, but softer now. Rumi was warm, Mira was here, the world outside their bed didn't matter, and everything was going fine, and that's the end of the No, I'm just kidding. It's always when everything is going perfectly, and everything was so fine, and we are all, yay! Happy ending! Happy ending! Oh, Aitlin, you're so sweet. Aitlin, I'm not a celebrity. I just gave a shout out to your little plush. Girl, you're not ready. Oh my god, guys. Ah! Anyway. What if we just Okay, I'll keep going. Zoe was finally starting to drift off, the warmth of Rumi pressed against her, lulling into a haze, when the sheets shifted. Not the normal, sleepy kind of shift either. The whole mattress moved, jerky and uneven, like someone was thrashing. Her eyes blinked open, bleary, and she pulled her head from the crook of Rumi's neck. In the silver wash of moonlight spilling through the curtains, she saw Mira twisting under the blankets. Her brows were furrowed deep, her lips moving in faint, broken shapes, her whole body restless, searching for something she couldn't find. Mir? Zoe whispered softly, careful not to wake Rumi. Mira didn't respond. She just turned again, a low sound caught in her throat. Zoe sat up a little, watching, waiting, unsure. It wasn't the first time she'd caught Mira fidgeting in her sleep, but usually it passed. Usually it ended. Not this time. The sheets shifted again, harsher now, Mira's legs kicking against the mattress. The first sound slipped out of her lips, a soft, fractured whimper that made Zoe's stomach drop. Mir? Zoe tried again, voice breaking. Mira groaned, face twisting like she was in pain. Sweat glistened faintly along her temple in the moonlight, her breath coming shallow, then faster. The noise stirred Rumi awake. She blinked blearily, rubbing at her eyes. What? Zoe scooted closer, hovering, hands outstretched but unsure if touching would make it worse. She's having a nightmare, I think. Mira? Then Mira's voice broke out, choked and desperate. No, stop. It didn't sound like Mira. It was low and raw, like she was being strangled from the inside. Zoe's heart lurched into her throat. Mira? Hey, it's okay. You're okay. She reached out, fingers brushing Mira's arm. Mira jerked hard, yanking away like Zoe's touch burned her. Her jaw locked, teeth grinding audibly as she panted raggedly. Mira? Rumi's voice was sharper now, a worry cutting through the sleep. She sat up straighter, her hand hovering near Mira's shoulder. It's just us. You're safe. Mira only whimpered louder, her head shaking furiously. Stop it! The words cracked out of her, hoarse and terrified. Zoe's chest squeezed so tight she thought it might split. Oh God, oh God! She shook Mira's arm lightly. Please, it's just me. You're dreaming. Mira gasped, suddenly sharp and violent, clutching at her own chest like invisible hands were around her throat, her back arched, legs kicking, strangled sobs spilling out. Zoe? Rumi's voice was low, firm, but panicked. I don't know what to do, Zoe cried back, her hands trembling as she shook Mira harder. Mira, wake up! Please! Please! And then... I'm sorry, Zoe. Rumi. Mira's voice tore out of her, ragged, broken, like the words were being ripped from her throat. Zoe froze, her whole body locking up. Hearing her name like that, raw and pleading, felt like being gutted alive. Mira, please, it's not real. You're safe. Mira's breath hitched. Her body twisted violently again. Get away from me! Mira! Rumi barked, gripping her shoulders this time, shaking her firmly. Mira let out a choked sound, gasping like she was drowning, clutching her ribs. Her face was twisted with terror, eyes still shut. Zoe's hands shook as she grabbed Mira's arm again, her voice breaking. This isn't funny. Wake up, please, wake up. Then Mira's whole body jolted upright, sudden and violent. Her hand flew out before her eyes even opened. Zoe barely registered the moment before white-hot pain exploded across her mouth. Whoa. She doubled over, hand flying to her lips, a cry caught in her throat. Oh, her vision blurred as her eyes squeezed shut, the metallic tang of blood already on her tongue. Oh. Zoe! Rumi's hand was on her back instantly, panic thick in her voice. Are you okay? Zoe nodded mutely, though tears stung at the corners of her eyes. When she pulled her fingers away from her mouth, a few drops of blood smeared across her skin. Her chest rose and fell in uneven bursts, the ringing echo of Mira's voice still stuck in her head. She looked up through the blur of pain, catching Mira slumped forward on the mattress, one hand clutching her side in agony, the other still trembling. Her eyes were open now, but dazed, glassy, wet. Zoe's heart cracked clean in two. She knew right then and there she'd never try to wake someone from a nightmare the same way again. She knew right then and there... Sorry, there was a sentence repeat. Mira? Zoe croaked, her lips stinging as she wiped at the smear of blood with the back of her hand. She sat up straighter, leaning toward her despite the throbbing in her mouth. Hey, it's okay. Are you all right? Are your stitches okay? Mira's eyes darted wildly around the room, her chest still heaving like she couldn't get enough air. It was as if she didn't even recognize where she was. For a moment, Zoe swore she was watching Mira drown, silently thrashing on dry land. Finally, her gaze snagged on Zoe, on the blood. Zoe followed her eyes down to her shirt, then quickly checked Mira's side in panic. No blood there. Relief loosened her lungs. At least her stitches hadn't reopened. Zoe? Rumi's voice broke through, hushed and horrified. Your lip, it's busted. Zoe touched it with careful fingers, warm, wet, throbbing. A hiss slipped out of her before she could stop it. She tried to shake it off, tried to shrug with a half smile, but Mira's voice cut through the room before she could say a word. What? Sorry, this is Mira. What? Her voice was barely a rasp, raw with terror. What happened? Zoe's chest squeezed at the sheer panic in her eyes. You had a nightmare, she murmured softly, the words faltering on her tongue. She didn't get to finish. Mira's eyes landed on her trembling hands, saw the redness across her knuckles, and then flicked back to Zoe's split lip. The realization hit her all at once. Her face went slack, then crumpled. No. Her voice cracked open, jagged and hoarse. No, no, tell me I didn't. Mira? No, please! Her whole body lurched forward, hands shaking as if she couldn't control them. Her eyes filled so quickly it was like a dam breaking. Tell me I didn't just... Zoe, please tell me I didn't hurt you. Mira, baby, it's... Zoe tried, but her lip ached too much when she smiled, and it twisted into a grimace. The sight of it made Mira unravel. Her breath broke in half, a sob catching like it was clawing up her throat. She pressed her trembling hands to her face, muffling a strangled cry. Oh my God, I hit you. Zoe scooted closer, desperate to stop the spiral. Mir, it wasn't like that. But Mira tore her hands away from her face and stared at her palms like they were covered in blood. Look at me, she rasped, shaking so hard her voice trembled. I swore I'd protect you. Both of you, I swore I'd never... Her chest hitched, and I broke it in my sleep? What kind of... Mira, no, you didn't mean it. Zoe rushed, reaching for her, but Mira flinched like her touch burned, shaking her head frantically. Don't say that. Don't defend me, Zoe. Not when I... Her voice broke entirely, a raw sob spilling out. Rumi leaned forward carefully, hand hovering near her shoulder. Mira, breathe. Don't touch me! Mira choked, snapping her words out before she even seemed to realize it. Her whole body shuddered afterward, like the sound of her own voice scared her. The air in the room froze. Zoe and Rumi exchanged wide-eyed looks, both of them gutted by the sharp edge in Mira's tone, an edge that was never meant for them. Zoe's throat ached. Mir, please don't do this. Just stay with us, okay? You don't have to. But Mira was already fumbling out of bed, her movements clumsy with panic. She pressed the heel of her hand against her mouth, trying to stifle the sobs ripping through her chest as she staggered to her feet. Mir, wait, where are you going? Zoe whispered, reaching after her helplessly. Mira didn't answer. She couldn't. Tears streamed freely down her face as she stumbled to the door, yanked it open, and slammed it behind her so hard the walls rattled. A muffled, anguished "Fuck!" cracked from the other side of the door. Zoe sat frozen, her hand still outstretched toward empty space. Her eyes burned, her lip throbbed, and the silence Mira left behind hurt worst of all. When she finally turned her head, Rumi looked just as hollow as she felt. Yeah. Wait, Vivian, you're so sweet. I'm trying my best, considering that this is a cold read. But yeah, I mean... Wait, you guys are so sweet, what the fuck? I'm cold reading, but like, you guys are like complimenting me on my voice and shit. Thank you so much. Hi, Toss! Everyone say hi, Toss! Exposing her. Hi, Toss! Toss is here! Toss, I just read the Panic Attack, basically. No, Toss, go! No, Toss, stay. You have to witness the angst you created. Awesome. Anyway, you guys are so sweet. I'm doing my best. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, my girl got stabbed. Like, she is... Oh, my Shayla! No, like, literally. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, but I'd actually pay to listen to an audiobook voiced by you. That's so sweet. That's the goal, eventually. That's the goal eventually. Bro, when I catch you, I just finished 26. If you haven't read this, why are you here? Why are you here? Don't spoil yourself. Wait, who's Toss? Toss is the author. Toss is the author of the fic. Oh, might want to watch out from some flying bricks from others. LMFAO. Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna keep going, because I want to see her get better. I want to see her get better. Yep. Toss is the one who stabbed me, or actually, Toss actually put herself in the story and, like, put a hood over herself and, like, tossed Mira. And put on a voice and everything. Okay. Oh, Mira. Okay. Mira stumbled into the kitchen, breath coming in ragged bursts of air. Her body felt too tight, too hot, like her skin was closing in on her. She needed to do something, anything. Cut vegetables, make tea, chop, clean, just move. If she stayed still, she was going to lose it. Her trembling hand wrenched the fridge open. She grabbed the first thing she saw, green onions, and tossed them onto the counter with a thud. She fumbled for a knife from the holder, wrapping her hand around the handle. The cold steel, the gleam of the blade under the Toss, I will fuck. Ah! Ah! Where's my little Toss? I will do something drastic. I will do something drastic. Toss when I catch you. Toss when I catch you. Toss when I. Oh my god. Can't she be like. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh my god. The thing about this chair is that it squeaks so much. So I'm sorry about that. Toss, I'm sending you the therapy bill for the entirety of Orange Nation. Can't she ever be happy? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna read it. The cold steel, the gleam of the blade under the dim kitchen light. That glint. Her stomach lurched violently forward, bile crawling up her throat. The knife wavered in her grip, her knuckles white, but her hand wouldn't stop shaking. Her chest throbbed, stitches pulling, heartbeat pounding so loud it drowned out everything else. That same glint, that same shine that had been the last thing she saw before her grip faltered, vision tunneled, breath tearing faster, shallower. The stitches in her side throbbed, louder and louder, like her body was warning her, screaming at her. She dropped it. The knife hit the counter with a metallic crack. The sound ricocheted through her skull, too sharp, too final, just like his knife falling that night. I'm going back to my theory of, does she know who that person is? Does she know who that person is? Okay. Mira flinched so hard she stumbled backward, her shoulder slamming into the counter. The room tilted, her vision swimming. Her breaths came short, frantic, like each one was stealing oxygen instead of giving it. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't breathe. Every inhale scraped raw at her throat. Her chest refused to open, lungs refusing to fill. She clutched at the counter with one hand, the other pressed hard against her chest as if she could physically hold her racing heart still. But it wouldn't stop. It kept battering at her ribs, wild and panicked, like it was trying to escape. What the hell was happening to her? Her throat closed up, a hot band squeezing tighter and tighter until no air could get through. She gasped, but it wasn't enough. Her vision blurred. Tears spilled without her permission. The kitchen spun, light smeared, shadows warped. Her knees buckled, and she slid to the floor, palms slapping against cold tile. Too fast, too loud, too much. She gasped, no air. Tried again, still nothing. Her lungs burned like fire, stitches screamed in protest, every part of her screaming. She was going to die. No, not again, please, not again. Her throat locked. A choked sob broke loose. She clawed at her chest, her throat trying to rip the panic away, trying to breathe. She squeezed her eyes shut. The room wasn't the kitchen anymore. It was there. The blood, the knife, the breath stolen from her lungs. She was back there, dying. Mira? The voice sliced through the static. She flinched. No, no, no. She didn't want her to see her like this. Not Zoe. Not after what she'd... Her breaths grew quicker, jagged, useless. Her body shook so hard it hurt. Zoe's face appeared through her watery vision, blurred at first, then clearer. Her mouth moved, but Mira couldn't hear, only ringing. Zoe inhaled, slow, deliberate, her chest rising steady, purposeful, exhaled just as slow. She pointed at herself, then at Mira again. In, out. Mira tried. Air hitched and caught, her throat a locked door. She coughed, choked, gasped. Zoe leaned closer, hand warm and firm on her sternum. Mira could feel it, Zoe's chest lifting, Mira's chest barely following. She tried again. In, her lungs scraped open, shallow but real. Out. Her whole body shuddered. Tears streaked her face. Again. In, out. Not easy. Not enough. But something. Zoe's voice finally reached her, faint but clear enough. You okay? No, she wasn't. Her gaze locked on Zoe's split lip. Red. Raw. Her fault. Her fault. Her throat closed again, sobs ripping out of her. She collapsed forward, Zoe's shirt catching the sound, catching her tears. Her fists clutched fabric like she was going to drown without it. She didn't mean to. She swore she didn't mean to. She was sorry, so sorry. Zoe's hand cradled her head. I know, she murmured, voice low, grounding, warm. Another warmth pressed against her back, gentle but firm. A familiar floral scent wrapped around her, grounding her in a different way. Rumi. Mira cried harder, trapped between them, letting herself break open completely. The sobs racked her body until her chest ached, until she had no strength left to hold them back. They stayed with her, Zoe's hand cradling her head, Rumi's palms steady on her spine, two anchors holding her in place, reminding her she was here, she was alive, and she wept until there was nothing left to give. It's a good chapter. That was... Oh, my darling, my darling. Yeah, I was like, what could be the bricks? We just had bricks, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Oh. The fact that Mira's going through this is just... God. Let me read the notes real quick. Hi. I don't know how we got here. Toss when I fucking get you. I mean, you might not know how you got here, but it makes sense. This was supposed to be fluff. I don't know what happened, guys. Sorry. That's funny. And sorry, Mira, that you can't catch a break. I promise, fluff. Thank you. Oh, there are works inspired by this one. That's so cool. Hell yeah. Let's kudo that. Yeah. The first comment I see is, why sorry in advance? Oh my god, I'm gonna pull this. Don't fall for it, she's not sorry. I mean, here's the thing. Like, yes, it is heartbreaking, but it's also, it's good. So, like, I'm not complaining. The teddy is cute. The teddy is cute. Thank you. Toss put a whole boulder in our soup. Well written. No, that was really good. That was really good. Oh. Toss, I swear to God, it better be happy next chapter. So, Toss, when are you paying for our therapy? how can we trust you when we don't know your lies from your truth? Whoa! Say the line! Say the line! Beautiful. Whoa! Lele the turtle wishes you all comfort. Thank you, Lele. Also, I'm saying that right? It's Lele, not Lily, or it's Lele, right? I knew it was too good to be true. Toss owes everyone a bag of oranges. we we do some kind of con and Toss does a meetup and hands everyone oranges. Sorry. You know what? Should I draw the panic attack scene? I don't know, Toss. Do you want that? Do you want your own medicine fed back to you, Toss? How would you like that, Toss? I'm throwing oranges at Toss. Artie, you need to do a stream where you just peel open oranges and eat them. Orange mukbang. I mean, I'll have to do that sometime just for the bit. Gonna cost a lot for all those oranges and therapy. No, I was like, y'all love scaring me. I thought I was like gonna like start crying, but like this was, I mean, it is very upsetting. Don't get me wrong, but it's also really good. So and we've had worse things happen. So I'm like this is just like, this is a stage of healing. So I'm fine with this. Toss, please don't go bald. Toss, please don't go bald. Someone hug Zoe. This is heavily frowned chapter. In lecture right now and there's no headphones so I can't hear. Toss, you're so funny. What the fuck? Toss, go bald. Everyone put like random shit in the comments so Toss gets super confused. Toss being in class right now is killing me. That's so funny. Toss, pray I never find you. Toss, you're so funny. Please don't come on. I have to. Okay, I'm gonna plug my. Okay. Anyway, y'all, this is officially the hangout stage of the chat where I don't know where it goes. I'm just following the chat. What if a therapist read the fanfic and then have a client that also read the fanfic and then bent? I did talk to my therapist about reading fanfics, so not out of the question. Tossing me from the building. Toss Cobalt. Toss, what if I just like eat whatever you write on? My therapist knows I write fanfic. I tell my therapist so much shit. So like, my therapist is asking me about updates too. No, I literally have a therapy session tomorrow and I'm gonna be like, you will never guess what happened in the last week. I'll be like, I've been through so many stages of life in the last week that I don't even know where to start. Oh. Whoa. Sorry, I'm on YouTube. I'm on the YouTube live stream right now. Whoa. It is all laggy and shit, but it looks so funny. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here. But yeah, I'm gonna actually stop the sharing over here. Hi. So the reason why I did a YouTube stream as well, I don't have a chat going on over here, but this is just so it is easier for me to save the stream after doing it, because it is so hard to like download the stream from my phone and then upload it to YouTube. These streams are so long. Guys, I miss the fluff. I mean, wait, what did Vivian say? Wait, there's a YouTube live stream? There is a YouTube live stream right now. Yeah. There's a YouTube stream, yes! Yes, it's, I said this before, but it is linked in my bio, and it's, the account name is, what was it? Artie Enjoys Life. So my name, Artie Enjoys Life. Because that was the name I came up with. When I made, because I was just like uploading uploading videos on here from like concerts and like random shit that I filmed, and it's like, oh, it's just me enjoying life. So that was the logic. I need to go back and watch. Oh, yeah, there is a stream. I just hope that it was it like the I'll watch it back after like I'm done with the stream and make sure it is like actually good. Whenever I do these streams, by the way, my mascara gets everywhere because I'm sweating so hard. So that's why I always end up like this. Make us some tea and apologize. Apologizing for all this pain. I'll take the first arc, Rumi doubting her feelings over these boulders? Seriously? Dude, I don't remember where I had actually cried, but there was a point I had actually cried from this fic. I don't remember which chapter it was. It wasn't, no, because that was before. Like, before I had caught up, there was a chapter earlier on. I don't even remember, but I remember just, like, lying in my bed at, like, 3 a.m. reading this fic because I was like, I need to catch up, I need to catch up. And I was, like, crying. But I don't remember from what. This fic has been so long, so much has happened that everything is blurring together. So, Zin, I just saw your comment. Artie Sauce fanfic may or may not be in my drafts. Hey, you know what? You know what? I will read that on live if you do end up publishing it, just because I think it is so funny. Don't get stuck in the car, Toss. Cheeky. Cheeky, go to sleep. I know that won't work. Me saying that won't work, but please go to sleep. Did you at least kiss the boulder before you threw it at us? I believe Toss always kisses the boulders. It's tradition. It should be considered. I'm sick right now. I'm just reliving the Rumi sick fic chapter in my head to cope with my cold. I still haven't read Rumi sick fic. I'll do a stream of that soon. I'll promise. Specifically ranked an alarm clock for this live so I wouldn't miss it again. Azura, you're killing me. You're killing me. Azura, where were you from? I'm trying to like remember, but Azura, where were you from? The difference between my first live with me versus how big these have gotten. Yeah, Danny. Now there's clips of it on Twitter and it Philippines, me and Chiki. Okay, you're in the Philippines as well. Okay. Toss kisses every boulder they throw, but not enough. Toss is an earthbender with how often they throw bricks at us. Yeah. I will literally cry if I miss a live again. Guys, it's fine. They're all recorded. Like, I know there's a different energy of, like, being on here in real time and, like, interacting with each other, but, like, don't sacrifice your sleep! The Twitter clips, trust me, think they're the funniest things ever. It's so funny because I'm not even the one posting those clips usually. Like, I post little bits while I'm like editing and stuff, and then like post some bits of it sometimes, but it's always someone posts a clip being like, oh my god, Toss, did you see this girl reacting to your chapter? And it like has like gets like hundreds of likes, and I'm like, what is happening? This is my first live of yours and it is amazing. I'm glad you think so. I don't need sleep, I need fanfic live. Yay, the lights are back. I'm not watching in the dark anymore. You were watching in the dark. I'm so sorry. I figured out my time is 2 hours behind. Oh, I see. So are you are you in the UK? I'm just guessing. Because I think UK is 2 hours back. I'm just guessing. Fluff and cuteness and nothing else. Let's pray. Let's praise. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm so smart. I just know that the UK is 2 hours behind. I missed it last time and felt like I. That's fair, Azura. You know what? That's fair. The last live went crazy. But again, you can view it. But it did go crazy because I suddenly started getting shipped. Out of nowhere. This is the first time I catch one of your lives and it was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, Artie, what time zone are you in? I don't remember what it's called. Let me see. I'm in Turkey, so Turkey time zone. Let me look up my time zone. It just says UTC +3. So if you get that, like, it's like the center of the Earth +3 hours on top of that. Honestly, I don't think I've seen such a crazy life before. You guys are ridiculous. Damn, 8 hours ahead of me usually. Damn! Are you Central Standard Time? I'm guessing, is that Central or is that Mountain? I'm in EST, so it's 2 p.m. for me, yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing. I am usually based in New York, so I'm usually in EST, but right now I'm visiting home. And I don't know when I'm going back. So I'm in this time zone. Already, I have a clock on my phone with your time zone on it as well as one for LA and Australia. Oh my god. You adding a time zone just for these lives is crazy. It's 12:30 for me. Ooh, wild. I'm in Italy on vacation at the moment, but I'm usually in New York too. Oh! Hell yeah. What if I did a meetup? I probably won't, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen anytime soon. My life is so weird right now. You don't want to miss one. It's nice to have someone to bond with, especially with how many bricks we get thrown at us. It's fun. Artie's our meetup, Washington Square. Woo! I went to NYU, so I was around that around that place a lot. That would be fun, actually. If you did, I would fly to see you. Don't fly to see me. Guys, I'm still gonna tune in when my college classes start, guys. If you and Toss don't become besties after this, I don't know where Toss lives, guys. I don't know anything about Toss, guys. We are just online moots. It's so funny when someone like ships you with someone and I'm like, I don't know that person. I love their work and I'm a fan of their work, but I don't know them. Just to be clear, I might have to put the wrong one, but either way, it's 2 hours ahead, so it works. Sure, that's so fair. It's good that my exam got moved. You're having exams already? That's wild. That's wild. It's August. It's August. Toss X brick throwing, guys. Exactly. Good thing I don't have a class for a week. You're just like Zoe, Rumi, and Mira because they never have classes. I know that's like a joke. I know that's like a long-running joke. My exams aren't till June. Oh, because you do exams at the end of the year. Okay, lore drop. My sister studies in the UK and she also does like exams at the end of the year. And I'm like, that's wild to me. That's so much work. My best friend also like studied in the UK. So like I keep hearing about the like UK education system and I'm like, that's so much work. One exam at the end of the year? June, I have some in October. That's crazy. I need Toss to reveal their persona. I need to make fan arts of them so bad. Maybe like Maybe Toss can like create this like, if you guys know who Ado is this like kind like singer who never reveals her face, but like has art of herself basically. So like she has a persona. So maybe Toss can do something similar to that. Ado mentioned! Woo! Woo! Ado gang, let's go! I wish on every good thing that I could draw or write. Girl, same. I mean, I write sometimes, but I've never written something like super long. Ado mentioned! Woo! Guys, I love Ado. Ado is maybe my favorite singer ever. Like, it's not even, like, I'm thinking, like, I'm compiling a list of singers that I'm like, oh, I wish I could sound like that. And Ado is, like, number one, probably. Ado is a Japanese singer who, like, she is described as, her genre is described as J-pop, but it's like, it has rock influences, it has like screaming elements, it's wild. She is ridiculously talented. Artie, you should post your writing. I love seeing new writers post stuff. Here's the thing, it is so hard for me to write. I'm such a slow writer. Like, I started writing this like fanfic that is like not related to, this was before K-pop Demon Hunters came out, but I started writing this like fan fiction RPF of a band that I really like. And like I was like, oh, this is going to be a short chapter. And I like kind of finished a draft of it, but then I read it back and I was like, this is so clunky. Ah! She's 22 years old now, I think. She is literally 22 years old. She is like almost my age, and it like makes me crazy. It drives me insane. Don't ask how many works in progress I have, girl. About 6. It is it's always like that. It is always like, I have so many ideas that are just like not finished. Do it for the children. Even if I did release something, I probably wouldn't make it public, guys. Like, I am not, like, I don't have that, I wouldn't make it public as in, like, I wouldn't post about it on my public accounts. I would just, like, post it through my AO3, and, like, whoever sees it, but I wouldn't, like, talk about it, because I'm, like, I'm not at the point in my writing where I'm, like, I feel super good about it, even though, okay, I have written for the theater before, so, like, I've written scripts, and, like, my scripts have been read, and I've, like, done solo shows, so, like, I'm comfortable with that. But with fanfics, guys, prose is so difficult to write. It's ridiculous. Prose is so difficult to write. I'm like, I love writing scripts because it's like, ooh, dialogue, stage directions, dialogue, stage directions, action, and I can like kind of see it in my head. With prose, it's so hard. The only creative writing I've done is in school, and that's fine. And that's also fine. Some people just don't write, and that's also fine. Prose is so hard. I'm inconsistent. Zin has 200 WIPs. Oh my god. Book club. Oh, what we looking for? I'll post it on Twitter, baby. I have a 9-chapter ongoing arcane fic that hasn't been updated in months. That is so real. That is so real, actually. Every time I feel like writing my story, I get hyped about something else. Yes! Guys, I have ADHD. I have too many things going on. I start writing something, and then I'm like, I get distracted. And I'm like, oh, what was I doing? Oh, what was happening over here? I really want a secretly CEO Rumi y'all writer for me while she's bankrupting Mira's family. Wait, you're cooking. You're cooking. That's really good. Bye, everyone. Oh, I didn't see Ankle Biter leave. Bye. Oh my god, you have orientation, guys. What are you doing? Like, I asked this during every live, but I'm like, guys, guys, don't skip school. ADHD gang. I have 3 chapters of a Polytrix long fic to release, but I'm lazy. If you release, I might read it. I might read it on live because you're you're a part of the gang. Azura asked him, "You're onto something." Yeah. My mind brainstormed at 3 a.m. y'all. It always happens at 3 a.m. God, my funniest late night writing story is when I suddenly decided to write this rap for a solo performance that I did, and like it came to me at like 2 a.m. and I was like, I'm writing a rap. I can't rap that well, but I'm writing this rap. Fics are more important than schools. Oh. I read every new Polytrix that comes out, and most don't make it past 3 chapters. You read every new Polytrix that comes out? That's impossible. I'm calling your bullshit, Spider. That's impossible. There's so many fics. Anybody want a Polytrix enemies to lovers mafia AU? That sounds fun. I would be honored, but my writing is not that good. Girl, same. We're all learning here. I'm reading 56 Polytrix fics right now. 56 is crazy. You have so many good recs. I'm actively reading like this. I'm maybe actively reading 4 because I'm halfway through one that I'm like kind of invested in. I have like a love-hate relationship with that one. But even that's like so much for me. And I had started another one, but that I didn't go back to, even though I really enjoyed it. It was like Fawn's fic. Fawn's like prequel fic. And there's also like, I want to read The Unchanging Polaris on live, so. Literally last week I was writing my fic and doing 3 finales fanfic above school. That's crazy. I am unemployed. It is possible. I am also currently unemployed, but I'm like, I just can't read that fast. I am actively reading maybe 5, as in like subscribe to. Yeah, that makes sense. I want Mira being an Omega that caused her rebellion while Zoe looking like an Omega is an Alpha. Cook! Cook! I love me Zoe Alpha. I made it to like chapter 5 of Unchanging Polaris. I'm gonna get to that so soon. At this point, I might have to marathon Unchanging Polaris. Like just like have a day where I just read so much of that. Although I might like kill myself in the process. Because reading is hard. I am unemployed on summer break and don't sleep. I am 2 of those things. I do try to sleep. Even though my sleep hasn't been that great. That's still a lot of fics though. Like not in a like props to you. Props to you for like being able to keep up. That is like some brain power. Oh, if you read The Unchanging Polaris on live, maybe I'll finally gain the courage. I will read The Unchanging Polaris on live. I was literally like, I was maybe going to start it yesterday, but then I remembered that there was this job application that I had to do. So I worked on that instead because I had to record videos for it. But I'm going to do Unchanging Polaris. Like I might do a live tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it. I keep saying that. I don't want to make any promises, but I am gonna do it. I just burped. I'm sorry. I don't actually have an account, so I write in my notes the fics I'm reading. That's fair. Alpha Zoe always getting hit by another Alpha and Mirror being possessed of Omega. I read 27 chapters of Two's Company in one day and finished at 3:30 in the morning. It's possible. I just can't read that fast. Like, when I was caught up, what chapter was I on when I was caught up? Because, like, I made a whole video about it and shit. Let me see. I'm gonna check the chapter index, full page index. This was when I was it Two Sides the Same Egg or was it? No. I had caught up like basically not right before they all confessed their feelings to each other, but like a few chapters before that I caught up. And even that took me like a few days. I'm a slow reader. I read 20 fics daily. That's wild. The thing is that like I have the I love reading fics. I have the kind of ADHD where I usually can't do one kind of thing for a long time. Like I can't. I need to do something else. Writing a Rumi AU right now where Rumi helps Mira confess to Zoe and they all fall for each other. That's so cute. That's so cute. I usually sleep at like 4 and then when I've got school I have to get up at 6:30. That's not good for you. Please don't do that. That's so little sleep. The dance video was so sick, Artie. Thank you. Guys, it took me like a few tries, but like I got it at the end. I was so proud of that. I did a cover of that dance. I did like a cover with like a whole group 2 years ago, and I hadn't done that dance since, so I was very excited. Get the job, girl. Thank you. Thank you. What are y'all eating to be reading that fast? I'm saying. I started reading Two's Company when it only had 7 chapters, so I basically spent my whole summer on it. I started reading it when it was in the double digits. It was in the double digits when I started reading it. I'm supposed to be writing my proposal for my thesis, but I still don't know what it's going to be. Oh, that's so... Oh, I'm sending you luck and power and everything. Theses, I guess. Writing a thesis is hard. I need to buy Comfort Wendy's. I forgot to eat lunch, guys. Eat, please, please, please. I'm a binger and it's kind of a problem. I work in an outpatient psych clinic. If we don't have patients, I'm sitting by myself for 10 hours. See, having a fic to read, having something like that to read is like quite nice in a situation like that. I got recommended a fic by the same person as the They Found Her in the Dirt by the Tree, and I'm scared. Which one was They Found Her in the Dirt by the Tree? Which one was that? Because I had marked that. I marked so many things. I marked so many things for later. I had definitely marked that. Y'all go to sleep. Y'all go to sleep. I still try. I started reading it the day the kiss slap happened. I was dying. That was like around the time when I like actively started making TikToks about this fic. The first time I made like a TikTok related to this fic was the one where I was like, oh, let me watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It seems like a fun little movie. Gets involved in so many fics and like loses my brain power over it. That TikTok. Establish Mira getting with Zoe. Oh, that's good. I don't want to hold no comfort. Oh, that's just trauma. Yeah. Artie, it's painful. Don't read it. Yeah, if it's hurt, no comfort, I probably won't. To be honest. I think they found her in the dirt by the tree when it's so painful and there's no comfort. Oh, really? But I did get that one recommended. Oh, damn. Should I do it? I don't know. I'll get to it if I get to it. I don't know. Guys, I have a confession video. It actually worked. Let me check that one because I wish AO3 had better UI. Oh god. Let me look at my read later list, marked as later list. Why can't I just pull up my marked as later list? It's so annoying. Yeah, you don't coddle a hunting dog. Troublemakers. Center of gravity. Wait. Wait. Did I skip it? Because I had definitely marked that one. No, that's different. Oh, it is a bird who is like no other, right? Sorry, I'm gonna catch up. It is not called They Found. The author is, yeah, a bird who is like no other. I need to check out their stuff. Is it the A Starved Dog Gone Feral in the Back of My Throat series? I've gotten The Art of Spoiling Pretty Girls recommended to me, so I will probably check that out. The Art of Spoiling. I'm pretty sure I marked that one. Of spoiling pretty girls. I think I did mark that one. Yeah, I did mark that one. Did you read the fluff fanfic of Selena and Rumi's mother? I haven't read Selena Miyoung fanfic. I've read like fanfics where like Celine talks about being in love with her, but I haven't read like a Celine Miyoung fanfic. Wait. Let me sit down for dinner with my dead lover again. Yes, I have that marked. I'm that fanfic kid, Rumi. In that fanfic, Kid Rumi has such riz than older Rumi. Oh, pre trauma, I guess. Oh, yeah. Oh, everything hurt. Everything hurt bad. Hi, Nat. I'm calling you Nat. I know your name is Nat Crit Fail, but hi, Nat. We finished. I finished the chapter. We're just hanging. Nat is fine. Okay, cool. I didn't want to be annoying about it. Oh, guys, wait. Also, I like saw that K-pop Demon Hunters Twitter struggles and Hall of Shame account reposted me. So I was like, this is incredible. I'm so proud of myself. I saw a fic in which Bobby raised Rumi after finding her on the street. That's so cute. If you posted, you owe me a noise. You're so famous. My friend keeps telling me that too. Like, oh my god, you're famous. I'm like, I'm just having fun. I was thinking, what was I? Oh, right. I read the Zoe-centric fic where Zoe's visiting her. Yep. Visiting her manipulative dad. It's completed and it's so good. So that's not When the Sky Breaks West? Is that a different one? Because When the Sky Breaks West is not completed. I ain't a good werewolf, Rumi. Ex Monster Hunter Zomira. Oh, that's good. No, you low-key famous. It's real. You low-key famous though, for real. Thank you. It's the fun kind of like, oh, Oh, people are watching my stuff. I have that author's page open right now. Which author? I read a fic where Selene is reincarnated and learns her mistakes from raising Rumi, and it's so cute. Selene is reincarnated. That's crazy. Did you read the fanfic where the Huntrix, when Huntrix find out their ship Polytrix got #1 trending? I think that's the Unchanging Polaris, unless there's a different one. I like Baby Nice Try, which is basically Demon Rumi from a different universe meets normal Huntrix. Baby Nice Try. Let me. That sounds fun. Let's see if it will. I hate searching for anything here. Guys, I have so many fics marked for later. I am never gonna get to these. Also, everyone, should we name the mascot for Orange Nation? I was thinking Zest the Turtle! That's really cute. Zest is really cute. We have Zest the Turtle, and then we have Lele the Turtle. We have 2 mascots. I read the new chapter. It feels like I waited forever. Baby Nice Try, so good. It's by Luther Boy, right? Yeah. Wait. Demon Rumi. Alternate Universe Canon Divergence. Yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna mark for later. Awesome sauce. Hi, you are the one who caused me the trauma of reading Toss's fic. I'm sorry. I've received a few comments being like, you're the one you're the one who made me read Two's Company, and now I'm traumatized. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just a little guy. I have over 99 plus tabs open on my phone of nothing but fanfics. That's so real. That is so real. 2 turtles and a kitten. Awesome sauce, more like arty sauce. I'm gonna start throwing shit. One order review, 4 to go. Here it is, y'all. The Celine Myung. 1 order review, 4 to go. One order of you or for you? 1 order of you. 1 order of you. Found it. Awesome. Oh, 1 chapter. Beautiful. 5,000 words. I received so many like one-shot fic recommendations. I'll probably like get those out of the way. I'll probably read those. Well, sadly, I have to get back to work. Bye, Danny. Thank you for being here. So you're gonna throw stuff, toss supplies to bricks. It's a Craving, Not a Crush is another really good Polytrix fic. Y'all, what should I name the arty sauce fic? I don't know. Make it a. Oh my god, I got a crown. Who gave me a crown? Not Critfell gave me a crown. Thank you. I like almost missed it. We can say that toss a lot. But it's a Craving, Not a Crush. Let me look that up. It's a Craving, not a crush. By Dracula Factory. Oh. I love reading the tags, and it's just like, oh, great. Guys, I made that video being like, oh, drop me fic recommendations. But I was like, please don't give me any like smut to read on live, fic recommendations to read on live. And there was a comment being like, so would you do one with light smut though? And I'm like, I don't think so. Sorry. I'll read it, but I won't read it on here. You could almost say it's a toss-up, but you could barely get through Crazy Head. I literally, the thing is, I will start laughing, yeah. But here's the thing, the reason why I couldn't get through Crazy Head is because like I had read that sneak peek on Toss's Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, I have to read this line now. If I was reading actual smut, that is like, there's so many moving parts. I don't want to do that. That's for another platform, not TikTok. Let me not bookmark for later. I found the Bobby raises Rumi. What is it called? I think your account would get banned. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what you have to do to get like your account banned, but I literally just googled what I remember. Aidlin, what is the Rumi Bobby raises Rumi? I love it when Bobby gets to be a character in a fic. I think Bobby's so underrated. Even though like he's not, but like in fic world. Yeah, if you were gonna do that, you'd need to be paid. Yeah. It's like asking someone to do, oh, would you voice in a hentai? And I'm like, first of all, you would not be seeing my face, and I would need to be paid. Baby of Mine by Comic Geek 20. Baby of Mine. Comic Geek 20. Ah, it's so hard to search for anything on here. Okay, K-pop. Nice. Mark for later. Hi, Mari! Hi, Mari! Oh my god, I just saw you. Hi, Mari. I'm just hanging out right now. Someone definitely doesn't think Bobby is underrated because I found a Bobby Polytrix. Nah, get that shit away from here. Get that shit away from here. Get that shit away from here. Love you, Mari. We just got done reading fanfiction. And we're just hanging out. If it's nice, do it. I'm reading If It's Nice, Do It Thrice. That is something that I started reading by myself, and I'm probably not gonna stream If It's Nice, Do It Thrice because it's so similar to Two's Company that I would just keep mixing stuff up. Did everyone who wanted the name get it? I mean, it's Baby of Mine. Baby of Mine, Comic Geek 20 for the Bobby adopts Rumi fic. Okay, I don't go here, but I'm gonna get ready for an audition. Love you. Good luck. Good luck, Muddy. Break legs. Have you read For the First Time? A second time. It's so good. For the first time, a second time. For the first time. A second time. Ha! Here. Little gay people underscore 11. I bet. Oh, everyone wishing Muddy good luck. Hell yeah. Marry Me by Thy Prophecy. Guys, Marry Me. Thy Prophecy. I'm gonna need to I love getting fic recommendations. There's no way I'm gonna get to all of these. There's actually no way, it is impossible. Gotcha. Fake relationship. We love. 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 Oh yeah. Digging through every WLW fic and KDH fandom has its perks and its downsides. I have seen Celine X Rumi. Guys, we have to. People will do anything. People will do anything and you can't stop it. See y'all next year when I read maybe 3 of this. Yeah. The Space Between 3 is on my list because I'm reading, obviously I'm reading When the Sky Breaks West, and I like Demo. I like Demo's writing, so. I was losing it after learning that Demo like has a PhD and is like a teacher. It was such a funny day on Twitter. I was like, what? That was crazy. What do you mean Demo has a PhD? I just joined. Schroeder ship if they exist. Someone will ship them. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine finding your teacher's fic. Demo is 25 and a professor. It is so insane to me. And everyone in her like comments and her replies were being like, see you at the lecture tomorrow. And Demo was like, guys, stop. It was really, really funny. I love it when fic authors are like actual people with real jobs. And then their lore comes out and it's like, what? Can I take Demo's class? Is Demo, do we know what teacher, what she teaches? Is she like an English teacher? I don't remember. I feel like she had talked about it, but I am excited to see where, I'm excited to, oh my god. I am excited to see where When the Sky Breaks West goes, because last chapter was good. I was like, I tweeted this and Demo retweeted actually. Yeah, wait, sorry, I'm gonna mention this. Vivian's comment, her girlfriend reads her fics and doesn't know it's her. It's crazy. It's so funny. It is so funny. It is ridiculous. Anyways, she tweeted something because I was like, I read the last chapter of When the Sky Breaks West, and I was like, and I should post the TikTok I made of this, and I was like, someone make an edit of When the Sky Breaks West Zoe to Random Acts of Violence by Ray Ami, because oh my god, how many knives do a bitch gotta take till a bitch gotta take some lives? How many? Like, oh my god, that's so Zoe. That's so Zoe in that fic. Like, it's literally the plot of a fanfic IRL. When the Sky Breaks West is on my list, but the tags scare me. That is so fair. When the Sky Breaks West would not be a fic I would recommend everyone. It was, I talked about this before on here, but it was like, there were some points where I was like reading it and I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I literally torturing myself? This is ridiculous. It is very hard to get through. Okay, Violet, When the Sky Breaks West is not fic to like just sit down and like read tonight. It's heavy. It's heavy. So I would say be ready for what's about to come. Is it really angsty or just a rough read? Both, because it's Zoe as Zoe as a victim of physical violence from physical abuse from her father. And it has like very graphic scenes of physical violence and it's blood curdling. It's it's rough. My angst lover wanted to read it, but thinking it's Zoe, I'm like, yeah, it's... Yeah. The thing is, I can read it now because, like, I got through, like, the last few chapters. I got through the really angsty parts, and, like, she is fine now. So I'm like, okay, I can keep reading this. And the last chapter really was, like, a cathartic moment. So I can keep reading it. But if you were just starting, it wouldn't be a fic that I would recommend. Thank you for the hearts, Nat! Oh my god! Little finger hearts. Finger hearts. Thank you. Also, I know you've been donating and I like received like actual money from these lives, but I don't actually like I feel bad like just like putting that in my bank account. So I think I'm just going to end up donating it, but like thank you. Thank you so much for like donating during these lives. Demo published another Angst Zoe one shot today and it genuinely made me cry. I did get the I got the notification for that. I got the notification for that. Let me actually... Why did I get so many emails? Where's the notification? Okay, yeah, she posted the new chapter of The Space Between Three, which I am going to read. And Disappearing Act. Oh, I saw that. I saw the tags. Eating disorders is the first tag. And you know what? I do like it when eating disorders are explored because I'm like, relatable. Oh, sunglasses. I got sunglasses. Thank you. Wait, what does Zin say? We tossed Ryan's in the air together. I saw the Artie Sauce fic name. You're ridiculous, Zin. You're ridiculous. This is so funny. It's really good and has a happy ending, but it hurts. Oh, you could read Anything for You, Princess Everlust. It's a night, Rumi, Princess Mira. Shut up. I'm gonna mark that. I'm gonna mark that. Anything for You, Princess by Everlust. I wish it was easier to search, but oh well. I can't believe this movie came out like 2 months ago. Tomorrow, 2 months ago. 2-month anniversary tomorrow, and here we are. What a crazy fucking fandom. I'm never getting shit done with this many fic recommendations. That's me. That's me. The Most Familiar Stranger by Zoodad MAO. The Most Familiar Stranger, I have not. Let me... Most Familiar Stranger. Oh my god. Work with me, AO3. Most Familiar Stranger. After searching this, I'm gonna play some music because it's so quiet and I wanna listen to something. Can I play some audio, guys? Can I play some audio? Mark for later. I would low-key write a fic, but I'm afraid the AO3 curse. Afraid of the AO3 curse? Which AO3 curse? I'll be flying a plane soon. Is there an AO3 curse related to planes? I'm gonna read The Art of Spoiling Pretty Girls sometime because I've gotten that recommended so many times. Play Top Musica. You got it, baby.